Hi all you wonderful quilters, it's Cathy with True Cotton Company in Carmel, Indiana. Look in the description box down below and you can find all the information to the store and a link to all the products that I'm talking about today. Today I wanted to show you 7 of my favorite quilting products, notions, that I use when I'm piecing quilts. The first that I love to use are these Clover patchwork pins. They're extra fine. These are super duper thin pins. They just glide into fabric and they're super grippy as well. So they really nice, especially if you're working with knits and things like that. Also, ones that I like for clipping are these Wonder Clips, and these just also work really well. When I made the t-shirt recently, these were really good. I love these for holding binding on, and I'll use them sometimes when I'm piecing as well, but I turn to those quite a lot. My absolute favorite rotary cutter has become this Quilter Select rotary cutter. It's a lot heavier and sturdier, and just a simple down on the rotary mat opens up the very tiniest bit of blade, all you need, but you can press and open it up a lot wider. So it works really well with the stripology rulers. Now we leave these downstairs because we like these when we're cutting lots of fabric for the customers. So up here you'll see me use the Alpha. And the Alpha is nice, it's a lot lighter weight, so it requires a little more pressure. I'll use these commonly up here because this is the first rotary cutter I ever got, and it's a great one. I like it when I'm using the So Kind of Wonderful rulers to go through the curves, so I do still use my Alpha, but I use especially this 45mm Quilter Select rotary cutter when I'm at home. My favorite seam ripper is this Alex Anderson 4-in-1 tool. On this side, it's a little point that you can poke out your pillows, the corners, if you're doing any bags. There's lots. If I did a reversible skirt, I know I use this. Underneath that is a stiletto, like that for holding, especially the ends of when I'm doing the curved piecing. When you're doing workshops and classes and sometimes the iron isn't available, this side is really nice for finger pressing. So if you look at this little square down here, when I open this up to finger press it, instead of me running my finger along there, I can just quickly run this along the side, and it does a nice enough pressing for most everything you do. And then underneath here is a seam ripper. This is a Bernina seam ripper, really nice, fine, thin. And I just go through here and quickly every 3 to 4 stitches rip, and then that really quickly gets your seam so you can sew it correctly. And that's really nice. Now you've seen me use the Cluck Cluck Sew diagonal seam tape. You use that red line lined up with your needle, and then you get a 1/4 inch on each side. Really nice for flying geese and half square triangles, and also just marking your 1/4 inch seam. I also like the friction pins if I'm marking diagonals. I like these on the back sides of the fabric, not on the front. Heat will erase it, but it can come back in cold temperatures like we've been having recently. So, but this just makes a nice quick mark, and then once the iron's on, it goes away. Now, if you were doing a quilt where it's, you know, a signature quilt where people were going to be writing on the quilt, or for your labels, I really like this Pentel. It's the gel roller pen for fabric. Nice, waterproof, no smear, no smudge. I know you can use a Sharpie. I've done that in the past. Those labels do bleed with time, so I don't like using Sharpies as much anymore. And my favorite scissors have become these perfect scissors from Karen K. Buckley. They have a micro serrated edge on them, so it does a super nice, sharp, clean line. We have them in a real little size, this medium size that I keep up by my sewing machine most of the time, and then if you're cutting out larger pieces, this large 7.5. Those are some of my favorite tools when I'm making quilt tops. I was excited to be able to show you those today. There's some really fun tools available, so definitely in the comment section let me know what tools are your favorites, because I only know the tools I've tried. I'm the expert of my opinion. I can't know everything, and there's so many good tools and stuff out there. So I do hope you're all having a wonderful day. If you're sewing this week, win that game of bobbin chicken. If you've enjoyed this video, go ahead and like it, and if you enjoy the content we've been doing, subscribe. We'll see you back next week. Bye.